Namaskar, namaskar. Welcome, most welcome. Hi, Enrica. Very happy to
Namaskaram,
see
Siddhanji.
you.
Hey, me too.
It's very nice to see you, all of you. Most welcome, most welcome.
Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning.
Oh, Moses, how are you?
Very well. I am fine. And you?
I'm fine also. I'm fine.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, namaste. Today, yesterday I shared an audio to all of you. I hope you heard that. It was all about your spine. Today we will talk about a little bit about the spine, because you may know, if you are practicing yoga since a long time, then you have already understood the importance of Hatha yoga or yoga, because all the yoga directly connected to your spine, and especially Hatha yoga. So today I am going to give some more information about your spine so that you can implement that in your practice. First of all, today I am going to present the principle of Hatha yoga and connected to your Kundalini. You know, I hope you have heard before that Kundalini retreat, Kundalini teacher training course, Kundalini awakening program. Okay, I hope you heard. And over there, they have been teaching you the Kundalini asana, Kundalini pranayama. So today I am going to present what is Kundalini asana, what is Kundalini pranayama, and what is the difference between normal pranayama and Kundalini pranayama, and what is the difference between so-called normal Hatha yoga and the Kundalini Hatha yoga. And also, those who are not interested to that Hatha yoga, Kundalini pranayama, all about that, I am going to present the importance of your spine. Why people keep on saying that erect your spine? Why people keep on saying that? I hope you heard a sentence over there that if your spine is young, healthy, you are young. If your spine is not healthy, then you are weak. So why it is? So all these things we will go step by step. And if don't hesitate to ask question, as you know, your questions help you to go deep into the subject. And those who are teaching yoga, they please ask more questions. Okay, great. Once again, welcome to all of you. Most welcome. Let's move. Okay, why spine is important? Start from here. Why spine is important? Spine is important not because of that it is, you can say, it is important because it protects something. Your guard is important. Your door is important in your home. Why? It protects from someone else or something else. So spine, the so-called spine, the outer layer of the spine, the hard part of our spine, is protecting something. So what is that thing is protecting? That is your Susumna, your chakra. You know, I hope you heard vegetable is called peas or something like peas, a green one. That the green balls are in between, and the cover is like a spine, and inside the balls are, you can say, chakras. And nature created that cover so that you can use that ball, the green balls, to make some vegetable. Exactly. Nature created that hard part of your spine so that it can protect the softer part of the spine. Today, I will give you more information that what is the structure of the spine, why you need to understand, because after that you can feel to protect that. You know, whenever you understand the importance of something, gradually you are moving towards to do something so that you can protect that things or improve that things or enhance the ability of that part. So okay, so let's move. You know, according to yoga, maybe you know, according to yoga, your spine is your body. Listen carefully once again. Your spine is your body. As I presented before, that if you not remember, I can remember you later. In your personality, which one is the very important? Your mind. You have body, you have mind, you have a intellect, you have energy, everything. Your mind is the captain of your personality. Your mind is taking all the decision. Exactly in the same way, your spine is the body of your personality. Spine is a body. In yoga, there is not physical body. There is no hand in yoga. You will be surprised to know there is no head also in Hatha Yoga. I am talking about now Hatha Yoga. In path of knowledge, there is no body, only head. Because in path of knowledge, you need to understand. In path of yoga, there is no head and not a body. Your spine is everything. You can understand in a scientific way. When you're traveling somewhere else and got an accident, and your spine is affected because of the accident, you can find your hand is completely okay, but now it is paralyzed. Your leg is completely okay, but it's paralyzed. Maybe your ear is completely okay. You cannot listen. Why? Because your spine is controlling to all your body. It means all the connections, all the wirings is being attached by spine, and spine is controlling to your whole body. It means, listen carefully, if you're working with the spine, it means you are working with your body. Please don't forget all these things. These are going to be really help you. It means you give more importance to your spine. Give you an example how you are not giving importance to your spine. You are sitting in this way, but you are using cream on your face. Your face can be glowing, but your spine is not okay. Your face cannot help you. Looking to the society, glowing skin is necessary. All the body parts must be good. And of course, Hatha Yoga also focusing that part, but especially focusing to the spine. So first of all, please, if you really want to, because you are here in the Kundalini Yoga, Kundalini retreat, so it is strictly informed you. Erect your spine as long as possible. You can write in a paper and fix, and not one paper, maybe 20, 30 papers in your bathroom, in your kitchen, in your dining. Erect your spine as long as possible. And if you give importance to erect your spine, then you can find you will be more better and better day by day. So it is, please, you do that. It is a strictly homework to all of you. Erect your spine as long as possible. It is like a pipe. If you bend it, the energy cannot flow. Let me give you a small information about the spine and the flow. I am going to a small, look, if I ask you, without do any much hard work, for example, discovering the chakra, awaken your chakra, balancing your chakra, and then awaken your kundalini, the fourth step of the kundalini yoga, you no need to go into the steps, but you can double your intelligence, you can double your energy, you can double means multiply into two in every aspect. Just do one simple exercise, then whatever you have the intelligence, it can be double. Whatever you have the energy, it can be double. Whatever you have the physical energy, it can be double. That shortcut I am going to share to you. So please, at least do this much. And this is directly related to your simple pranayama and your erect spine. Okay, let's move towards the understanding. This is your spine, and this blue one is the Sushumna. It is what is Sushumna? It is the queen nadi. Of your nadi system. Today, I will also present what is nadi, what is queen nadi, how it works, where your nadis are connected, and how you can enhance your pranic energy, the pranic flow in the nadi. Everything I will present. So just overall understand that this is your Sushumna, which is the queen nadi of your nadi system. There are 72,000 nadi in your nadi system. And Kundalini awakening is all about allowing the energy from your Muladhara chakra and to move towards your Sahasrara chakra. So through Sushumna. This is the Kundalini awakening. But right now, I am going to give you how can you enhance your energy without much focusing that Kundalini awakening also. I told you that nature already awakened few percentage of your all chakras. Let's give an example. Maybe this is your Muladhara chakra. Just I am giving the symbol. This is your Swadhisthana chakra. This is your Manipura chakra. This is your Anahat chakra. This is your Visuddha chakra. And this is your Agya chakra. Okay. Maybe this is only 20%, 10%, 15%, 18%, and maybe 21%. Agya chakra, it is the balancing part. So do not bothering about that. 5 chakra. So overall, I told you that already awakened in you. You have a certain amount of balanced life you are living. You are doing certain amount of professional, you are good at in your professional. You have certain amount of willpower. Someone say, maybe Irana say, yes, I have good willpower. Maybe Irma say, I have little bit less willpower. So you know, it can be percentage. It is not, don't take it out whenever I'm taking the name. Please don't take it personalized. It's just a name. You are in front of me. I need to talk about. So overall might be, it is maybe 19%. Overall, the average the 19% of your chakra awakened. I hope you are understanding whatever I'm talking about. Overall, 19% is your chakras awakening. So, but listen carefully. Now it is very important. It is your brain. All your energy, it is a natural process, gradually, slowly moving towards your Sahasrara. And you can say right now, practically talk toward the brain. All your energy is moving towards your brain. Right now can be very important topic. It is only 19% you have awakened energy right now. But you are getting only maybe 5% or 7%. Whatever you have awakened energy, someone may be 15%, 20%, 25%, maybe 10%, but you are getting energy very less. It may be only 10% whatever you have awakened energy, or maybe 20% whatever you have awakened energy you are getting. Maybe 25%. So only 20% may be awakened already by your lifestyle, by your nature, by your surrounding, but you are getting 5 to 10%. Why? Very simple. Because, listen now, because this path is not clean and clear. The path is not clean and clear. It is like that. Maybe some in your country, somewhere is flood. And you have a lot of packets to supply to the person who are suffering from the flood. But you have only 2 helicopters. It needs 20, 30 helicopters to supply all the food packets to the suffering people. But you don't have that path. Path is blockaged. The carrier is not proper. So the path is not opened. Because the path is now opened and chakras are not much awakened, all the energy you have awakened, they are not able to reach towards your brain. And whatever you have energy to your brain, that energy is supplying to your body like this. It is, you can say in this way, your brain, listen carefully, this can be very important. All the nervous system, listen, please very carefully listen, it can be very important. You cannot find any scripture. The nervous system has 2 points. Nervous system, you have nervous system. One part is connected to your brain, another part is connected to your spine. Spine means chakra. It is. And your nadi system is plugged in your spine. Whenever after this presentation, I will present nadi and nerve. So you just understand that your brain is supplying energy, or whatever you are energy, it is supplying throughout the body, your brain. So if you have 5%, then that much energy your brain is supplying. Right now, just I'm giving the solution. How can get you double energy? Listen. Now clean your Sushumna, that's all. Clean your Sushumna. Clean your path. Then whatever you are getting energy in your brain, that can be double. At least double. It can be multiplied into 3, 4, but at least double. Or if you are not doing much effort to clean your Sushumna, then the percentage of you put effort to clean your Sushumna, that much percentage you will enhance your intelligence, because you are getting more energy. So if there is 5 to 7%, at least it can be 7 to 10%, it can be 8 to 12%, it can be 10 to 15%. So how to clean your Sushumna? Simple, simple, very simple. Enrika, how to clean your Susumna. I'm
Good
writing.
question.
Yes, please.
With the asana, pranayama.
I do agree. I do agree. But I am giving a very simple technique. Just 20 minutes you do. Within 3-4 months, you double your intelligence, understanding, focus, everything. Just 3 months. It is a very, whatever I am talking about, last 30 years, people cannot able to double. I am talking about only 3 months can be possible. But it is very challenging. That is, I do agree, Enrica, but this can be another option. And this can be the very yogic option. Nadi Sodhana Pranayama. Nadi Sodhana Pranayama. Nadi means energy channel. Sodhana means purification. Pranayama means breathing along with the Bandhan Mudra. And this Nadi Sodhanam Pranayama he discovered only to clean your Susumna. You can do any other thing, but the yogis are specifically presented that if you want to clean your Susumna, do Nadi Sodhanam Pranayama. And let me give you very clear information that this Nadi Sodhanam Pranayama is Kundalini Pranayama. Because prana is a yogic word, Kundalini is a tantric word. There is no difference between prana and Kundalini. Same. The word is same. That is a tantra. For example, your name is Irma. I am asking you Irma, but maybe someone asking you Coco, someone asking you X. So you are the same. The name is different. Exactly. The prana and Kundalini both are same. Just tantric name and the yogic name. Of course, little bit different, the tantra and yoga different. Later we will talk about that, but right now you take it same. So what to do? Sit only, do Nadi Sodhanam Pranayama. Don't bother about the discovering chakra. Don't bother about, I am talking about awakening your Kundalini, or awakening Kundalini means very same thing, but here in a very limited way. It is like that. You have whatever you have energy, you are investing that. You have only maybe very less amount. And what is Kundalini? You are creating a hype or doing something, collecting a large amount of energy, money, and investing. It is like that. You are a simple person. You are investing maybe $50,000 or $5,000 to the share market. But later you are creating a company. Maybe millions, thousands of dollars you are collecting from the different people and investing to the share market. So that is Kundalini. This is simple by pranayama. So only pranayama also indirectly giving you little bit more energy, whatever you have right now. But Kundalini is creating more energy and supplying more energy. So if all of you, if you are not able to discovering chakra, awakening chakra, balancing chakra, awakening of Kundalini, then at least do this. And let me give you another very pure information. Really, Kundalini yoga is one of the dangerous yoga in the yogic field. And why dangerous? Because we are not cleaning and purifying our nadi system. Once you purify your nadi system, there is no danger. It is like that. Maybe you have established an hotel and the wearing is not too good. You are just a very low quality of wearing, thin wear, and you are taking a high voltage connection. High voltage connection, but the wearing is not very clean and clear and according to that. Then all the wiring will be burned, it will be corrupted. Exactly. Kundalini means creating, enhancing, awakening, generating more energy. And that energy has to be moved into your energy channel. And if your energy channel is not pure, it is blocked, then it will corrupt the blockage, the block part. And that is the dangerous part. So that's why if you want to remove your dangerous part, if you want to avoid the dangerous parts, then my dear, start Nadi Sodhanam Pranayama. And Enrica or Irma and all of you know that we are really guiding you best pranayama practice. So later, I am now, everything I am presenting digital. The way I presented that meditation, aware your spine, exactly, Nadi Sodhanam Pranayama, I will design it. So I will share to you. Right till that, I have suggested that application can be helpful to you. What to do, not to do, don't hesitate to in touch with me so that I can personally design you looking to your ability and your profession. I am always ready, just admit your passion to learn and to move forward. Okay. So this is overall presentation that how the Sushumna is very important. Right now, I am moving to the chakra and the nadis. Okay. If any question in between also, don't bother about, please don't hesitate. Please ask. You know, another more simplest way, the practice I gave to you, if you can manage to only that practice, then also some amount of your Sushumna will clean. Just be aware of your spine, it will be clean. Just imagine. You are the boss of your office and your workers are not keeping the office clean. You are keep on saying clean it. You are creating some rule regulation that you clean it. You have to clean, then you will be given this much, this and that. A little bit doing, but whenever you are not giving attention, they are not doing. They are not sincere. So what to do? Just you go and just stand, stay there. Give a look. You can find the workers automatically may not clean properly, but somehow they will not make the office dirty. It means your attention is enough to go to move the things in a smoother way. The practice yesterday I gave you, 2-3 my friends, they have been practicing pranayama, learn pranayama from me. They are 5 times they are doing that practice and they have committed themselves 40 days. They will do 5 times a day. Of course, before 3-4 days I had given to them, they have been practicing. So at least once a day you must do. Be aware of your spine means be aware of your body. Be aware of your body means you will going to experience that I am not body, I have body. What will happen? You will free from your body. And you know, right now, you are 80% of your body. You are not mind, you are not nothing. You are 80% of your body. You are taking 80% decision as if you are body. So it means a simple technique I gave to you. It can create a great detachment from your body. Try it for 21 days. Don't miss it for 21 days. It is only 11 minutes. That's why all the meditation technique I have been designing right now, it is only 20 minutes maximum. Today or tomorrow, I will give you how to discover the process to discover your third eye point. I am going to give you 6 meditation techniques, especially the procedure to discover your third eye point, the procedure to discover your throat chakra, the method to discover your heart chakra. So I am give you 6 meditation technique, and each technique is 18, 19, 20 or 21 minutes maximum. And 1 week you have to practice one meditation technique. So I have already designed and recorded. Look, the recorded, I am presenting very simple way. So don't bother about the recording. Recording as just a pointer to discover your things. So just use those recordings and go deep into the practice. I am not good in that designing or music, this and that. I am also only helping you so that you can move forward. Later, those techniques must not be used. Okay. Now understand. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. If there, you touched on it before, if there is an injury to the spine, there's some deformity or an injury.
Wait 1 minute, maybe the boy. Yes, ma'am. Now tell.
You touched on it before, and I'm sorry if I'm going backwards.
Please.
If there has been an injury to the spine, whether through a defect in birth or an accident, can that be corrected? What happens? Then that person won't have the ability to clear a channel? How does that work?
Yes, this is really very beautiful question. Look, if we'll talk about the, to be honest, the person doesn't have the clean, clear, healthy spine, they are not eligible for Kundalini Yoga. It is very strictly instructor in normally, just I'm going a little bit back. There is 2 yoga. One is yoga therapy, another is yoga practice. Please, ma'am, understand this. Yoga therapy, yoga practice. Can you tell me, Irma, what is the difference between yoga therapy, yoga practice? You are muted.
I would gather with yoga practice, anyone can do it to just stay healthy and to be themselves. Whereas the therapy is specific for an ailment, be that physical, mental, right? You're trying to help them to clear whatever the issue is, right? So the other yoga itself, for the average person, is more preventative, like it to be in state of harmony and stay there. Whereas when you do therapy, you bring it back, more or less.
Exactly. Let me just repeat same thing in my word. To back gear to normal. You know, there is a gear, back gear and neutral gear and positive gears. From back gear to normal gear is all about yoga therapy. It means if you have any kind of disease, it can be physical, mental. To cure whatever you are doing, that is all about yoga therapy. Just cure your disease. And whenever you are completely healthy, from a healthy person towards the enlightenment is all about yoga practice. So if anyone has injury, then that person is not able to practice some deep yoga. For example, Raj Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, Gyan Yoga. These are Kriya Yoga. These are the highest step of yogas. They are nothing bothering about your illness. They're talking about, yes, I am finding few healthy persons, or so that we can work with them to move. If you have any problem, then go for the yoga therapy. Now come to your question. If someone has injury, then definitely we can give some paths. Some psychic paths can be given and some physical paths can be given. And acupressure, acupuncture, they are the physical paths. I had been working with an acupressure doctor for 6, 7, 8 months before, 12, 13 years before, maybe 15 years before, 2006, 7. So over there, I have treatmented maybe 20, 30 people who are partially paralyzed. Partially paralyzed means nothing, just spine, and the connection between that body and spine is not well, broken. So we managed to patch them by acupressure. by some psychic and physical too. So it can be definitely too. It means yoga, if you enter into the yoga, possibility can be there, but it can be deal with the personally. Right now, I am presenting the principle, but listen carefully. This is the difference between the yoga therapy and yoga practice. Yoga practice can be moved by principle, less personal, but yoga therapy is completely depend upon personal. Personally, we can give treatment. So my dear friend, it can definitely by cured. Yoga can help, but it can be personally taught and personally examined. Then it can be possible.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now understand the nadi system and nervous system. So let me show you. Maybe in your you can look. You can find this one. I hope you are looking this one. This is electric board. From board, there is you can find a plug is there and the connection is coming, and the socket. Socket is connected. Something is some connection is inside the wall, and some connection is outside the wall. Outside red color you can find. So red color you can take as a nerve. So inside connection is you can take as a nadi. Nadi means energy channel. So, and this socket is all about chakra. So chakra is the connector. Backside, the pranic cord is connected, energy cord is connected, and front side is nerve is connected. And your nerve is moving, circulating throughout your body and connected to the brain. Your nerve is physically, because nerve is physical. Look here, it is physical, and that is hidden. There is a connection behind the wall. So that is a connection, that is the psychic connection. That is called nadi. It exists. Without exist that cord, how can you can get the energy? How can electricity? But you cannot see. You can experience. So now you understand. Yes. One is nadi, one is nerve. They are connected to the chakras, and it is also look you can say in this way. All your nadis, one part is connected to your chakra, another part brain. Nerve also connected to chakra to the brain. It is the open part you can find. Another part is an invisible part you cannot see. But the nerve is working the base of your prana, your nadi. And from where the nadis are getting the energy, so it can be related to brain and it can be related to your spine. just let me give another information so that you know there is two yoga, especially you can find whole yogic system. One is path of yoga, one is path of knowledge. Listen, once again repeating, path of yoga and path of knowledge. Path of knowledge is all about working with your brain. You can controlling your spine through brain. I told you that your mind is controlling your body. And I said you, body means spine. There is no body. When I am talking about your mind is controlling body, it means your mind is controlling spine. And another is path of yoga. You are working with your spine and automatically you are control your mind. Of course, I will tell you right now Hatha Yoga and the principle of Hatha Yoga, how it is really designed to awaken your Kundalini. So this is the traditional understanding of the. So how, from where you are getting energy, the more you awaken your chakras, the more you get energy. That is all about. The more you awaken your chakra, because that is the source of energy. Okay, another picture, you might saw a lot of place. Look, I think you heard, you listened this, or you find this one, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 chakras, and this is third eye chakra, this is third eye chakra. Your nose are here, so down your nose. So maybe this is your nose. Right nostril, left nostril, and you have find this one. Have you seen this picture many times here and there? Please, this is the process of Kundalini, how you need to do. Please understand this, because you understood that how you awaken your Kundalini. 2 things is very simple. Discovering your chakra and awaken your chakra. For that, all the system is not very necessary. But when you move toward the Kundalini Yoga, awakening Kundalini, you have to understand all the things. Yesterday, I talked about 3 things, about the discover chakra, about the awaken chakra, and about balancing chakra, a little bit. If you have not understood, don't bother about it. I will once again remind. But today, understand how Kundalini awakening. Here. Next, left nostril, you are inhaling, then the breath is going, and it is connecting all the chakras indirectly, directly. Actually, not chakra. It is a circle. It is coming actually not the chakra. It is a pipe. It is going the side of the pipe. It is not inside, side of the pipe. Then it is coming here, and the main entrance is here. Main entrance is here. Actually, it is not entering into the Sushumna. It is once again is moving here and there, and it is just to. It is not entering into the Sushumna. That's why our Sushumna is not opened. It is understand. This part is Sushumna. This is the outer layer of the spine. This is the inner layer of the spine. So there is a lot of layer in your spine. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 layer in your spine. Your spine is 4 layer. First one is Susumna. First layer is Susumna. Second layer is Chitra. Third layer is Vajra and Brahma. You no need to remember this, just know about the spine. Actually, when your energy is moving into the Brahmanadi, then that will help you to awaken more Kundalini. But Susumna is overall the outer layer of that. So when you enter the Susumna, then it has to enter into the next Chitra Nadi, then Vajra Nadi, then has to. So gradually you are try to enter into deep and deep and deep. Overall the system is called, for example, I will do Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar means where Hastutanasana is there, Padhasta Asana is there, also Sanchalana Asana is there, Bhujanga Asana is there. So exactly, Susumna means the collection of all three nadis. So energy has to move. Listen carefully now. I am going to the importance of inner retention and outer retention. In India, whenever you are talking about pranayama, that pranayama means kumbhaka. Look, I am talking a lot of things. Now please relate later. Little bit, just 2-3 minutes. What is kumbhaka? Enrika? Kumbhaka means? Retention or hold. And there is two retention. What is that? Inner
Inter.
and outer. Listen, inner retention all about inhale your breath and hold it. And outer retention is what? Exhale your breath, hold it. Now please listen. When you inhale and holding your breath, it is happening. You are using inhale, it means your breath is coming outside of the Susumna and coming here. When you hold it, then that pressure, there is a pressure. Because of that pressure, the door is open. The Susumna is open. It is little bit open, but not properly opened. By your pressure and kumbhak creates pressure. Retention creates pressure. If you not experience after this practice, after this session, you can go and hold your breath. You can find pressure. Retention is all about creating a pressure, nothing else. And I am talking about if you really want to Nadi Sodhanam Pranayama and awaken Kundalini, then do inner retention, outer retention, but with separate nostril, not both. Why not? If you do both, then one only open. Both are not open. According to the law of nature, law of body, one is open, another is half open. One is open, another is half open. It will clear in between 15 minutes to 90 minutes. So do, yes, 15 minutes, for example, right now, your right one is clear. You can find it is clear up to 15 minutes to 90 minutes. It can be 40 minutes, 50 minutes. After that, automatically it will be half closed, it will open. Why this is? Because this is the symptom that your nadis are not pure. You do asana pranayama, you can ask Irma and Enrika. They can experience. After asana, after pranayama, you can feel so light because your both nostrils are clean and clear. Just to give you another example, another symptom, when you do Nadi Sodhanam Pranayama, you can find both nostrils clear as long as possible, much. If not, then you are just stretching and just doing few exercise or concentrate, it will open. That is the symptom that your nadis are getting purified. So, okay, come here. So that there is a now where the prana has to be enter into the Susumna. That is not fully clean, more clear. We are casual so that our breath is going, moving and coming back, not entering into the Susumna. When you hold your breath, and it is not one day, maybe it will take 1 week, 2 weeks to enter. So that's why you need to practice a little bit longer. It means 21 days, 40 days, you keep on practicing. Once you will enter, then it will move to enter into the. So what to do? Inhale, hold. Slowly, smoothly exhale and inhale, hold. So you need to hold. So later I will give you, in last day, I will give you the right way of Nadi Shodhanam Pranayama so that you can clean and clear, open your Susumna path and clean and clear your Susumna. Last day I will give that exercise. All the exercise we'll talk about the last day. Right now, more about the theory part. So retention is very necessary if you want. So you can find this picture because that you are inhaling through left and this is coming to the path is near your where Susumna can open. So that's why this is the symptom and the structure of the picture. This is work your and the Ida is connected to the cooling part of your body and the Pingala is connected to the heating part of your body. You know, you need you need positive and negative, positive and negative. Exactly. To live your life, you need a passive energy and active energy, sun energy, moon energy. That is all about Hatha Yoga. So I hope you understood this one. If not, once again go through the video, you ask me how it works. In this way, you can awaken your Kundalini. This is the way you can awaken your Kundalini. For that, look. Now a little bit connect that. Now this, maybe, listen carefully. You have not opened this one. You have not opened this one. So please understand the process of Kundalini awakening. Everybody, please give attention. If you not understand this one, then you will miss a lot. Let me clear the picture once again. Maybe you have discovered your chakra. Okay, you have discovered your chakra. Right now you have awakened your chakra. Now you have more awakened. And somehow, so if you do this too, still the Kundalini awakening is not possible. Why? Because listen, this path is not opened. This path is not opened. These are still blockages. You and your friend, two, both are ready, but you are not meet together. You cannot connect. So that connection has yet not happened. Okay, so that connection is very important. And that connection, listen, now you can understand more clearly. That connection can be definitely very necessary. And that connection can be possible when you balance your chakra. Balance your chakra. Balance means now you create a connection in between. Okay, I do agree. Now all your chakras are connected. Okay, but still not all. Right now, there is two gap there. For example, you have five friends, and there is a long distance friend is necessary, needs some money or something. So you have collected all the things. First, you have not connected each one. Somehow you connected each one, but last one is not connected. But how? It is like that. You open, and now connection is here. But here, the connection, this one, look, this one is not connected. From please listen carefully. From third eye to your sahasrara is not connected. When you balance your chakra, you are not moving upper part from the third eye, because you are working with 5-6 chakras from Muladhara to, and Muladhara, but the down of the Muladhara, we're connecting the energy that is not open. It means the first little bit part and the last part you have not connected. It means you can say you are not connected to the universal energy right now. And this is your nostril, this is your nostril. Okay. And it is connected to the universal energy. I am inhaling. And if this energy, when enter into your spine and Susumna, then it is connected to the universal. When you do that, then you are just connecting. Now it is all connected here. Whenever you connected to the lower part, then the force will be more. That force help you to move from third eye to sahasrara. That is a force. And that can be only possible when you inhale. Automatically, it will not happen. It can happen, I do agree, but it is the very easiest way to connect to the universal way. Otherwise, only visualization through also awakening Kundalini, but that is necessary of great willpower. That can be more mind-oriented practice. But here is a very scientific, yogic-oriented practice. Everybody can do. So you have to do inner retention to awaken your Kundalini, the final state. So if you keep on practicing the inner retention and Nadi Sodhanam, then your awakening chakra, discover chakra, and your balancing chakra, all the steps will really helpful. No need to wait for longer time. So do Nadi Sodhanam Pranayama definitely, if you're really looking for that. Just now, 5-10 minutes, let me present the Kundalini Asana and Kundalini Pranayama. Kundalini Pranayama overall, this is Nadi Sodhana is Kundalini Pranayama. Only Pranayama, Kundalini Pranayama, because that is awakening your, cleaning your Susumna. That is very important. But few other pranayamas there can be related to Kundalini. When you do Kapalbhati, when you do Bhastrika, whatever you do, if your attention is in a specific chakra, then that is Kundalini. For example, Irma said that I want to awaken my throat chakra. Then you keep on doing the pranayama properly, whatever you are doing, but your whole attention is at your throat chakra. So whenever you are capturing, holding, focusing towards chakra, then automatically all your energy moving towards that. Why? Pranayama is all about to, what is the definition of pranayama, Enrica? Can you tell me?
Definition is like expanding and controlling the breath.
How?
Different techniques.
Okay, let me present you. It is very important. You must know the definition of pranayama. Pranayama. Pranayama plus pranayama. Okay? Prana means definitely vital energy. And ayama means expansion. But the real question is how to expand and why expand. The answer is why expand, so that your energy can reach towards every part of your physical body, but moreover, your energy can enrich to your spine and to your chakras. But what is the procedure to expand? Kirana, can you tell me? What is the procedure to expand your prana?
You mean
Yes,
me?
please.
The process of expanding your pranayama, you asking me? Yeah. Oh. You mean the technique? I'm not really sure what you mean.
Let me present. Look, there is three things you need to do. What? To expand your energy, you need energy, isn't it? Without energy, how can you expand? So, and you have a less energy. So what to do? You have to generate energy. So generating energy first. Generating energy. So how you can generate energy? By breathing. So by breathing, you are generating energy. Why I am talking about you are generating energy by breathing? Because breathing means repeating. Repeating. Or you are doing. So whatever you are doing, repetition creates energy. Clear? So now, and listen carefully. Only breathing is not pranayama. You are generating energy. So it is not expanding. You are generating. Of course, energy automatically expanded, but it is not might be expanded where you want. A pranayama means wherever you want, the energy has to move there. So second thing is there. Then enriching the energy. Wherever you want. So this is all about to allow to move energy from one path to another path, wherever you want. What is the way? You need to a path. Path means mudra. Mudra give you path to move energy, whatever you generated energy, that energy has to move from one part to another part. And that is the mudra. Mudra means that is giving a direction to move one part to another part. Okay. But do you think that energy will move automatically? You give path and energy will move? No, it is not. You need to create a pressure. And that is, so you need to create a pressure. And that is Bandha. Listen carefully. Pranayama is all about generating your energy, creating a pressure, and give a path so that, and it is not enough. Another one thing. Choose the point. Choose the point where you want. It means focus to chakra. Why I am talking about focus to chakra? Why I am not talking about focus to your finger, focus to your nose, focus to your liver, focus to your kidney? You can. But chakra is controlling a lot. For example, you are running a company. You have a food department. You have a finance department. So what do you think? If you have something to give, it is better to give the finance department to distribute all the things, or otherwise you go to the specific person of the finance department and give all the part. So it is not the right way. To give all the separate part energy, it is better to choose a chakra so that the chakra will distribute the energy related accordingly, related to part. So, okay. So this is pranayama. Pranayama means you have to do breathing exercise, you have to do some mudra, you have to do some bandha, then you have to focus a specific chakra wherever you want. So you have to, that knowledge, you must have that knowledge that whatever you are looking for, that part is connected with chakra. So later, in the last part of the class, I will give you the body parts related to chakra, some disease related to chakra, and some qualities related to chakra. Don't forget to remember these three things. Body part related to chakra, disease related to chakra, and your qualities related to chakra. If you don't know, then you are not eligible to stay in the yoga field. Why? Let me give you the answer. Why? So I hope you understood the definition of pranayama. If you are not doing bandha mudra along with your breathing and you are not giving attention to this specific chakra, then you are not doing the right pranayama. Now, Irma, it can be helpful. Are you teaching Hatha Yoga, Irma?
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah.
So,
Most of it virtual still.
okay. So this can help you. Hatha Yoga can be taught in 5 ways. And what is the real purpose of Hatha Yoga? Today you understand, because that is directly connected to your Kundalini. And wherever you are, it can be old age, young age, it doesn't matter. You must give importance to your spine and be careful, be aware of your spine. Hatha Yoga can be practiced in 5 levels. It means one asana can be practiced in a 5 way. And it can be related to basic. Basic means, because you are teaching Hatha Yoga, so I am giving example. If a person is very common man, is coming to your studio asking, Irma, I want to practice Hatha Yoga. So you are teaching. You no need to give any kind of alignment, adjustment, breathing. No. If you give, the person will tired and not able to do, and that person will maybe find some injury in the body. So basic means just allow to do whatever you can. Don't bother about the right and wrong. Just follow me as it is, as much as you can. This is the basic, isn't it? This is, and please, of course, the other principles are there. What kind of you need to teach? Forward bending, backward bending, this and that. Later, whenever you want to know, understand the principle of one session, I will tell later. Right now, I am presenting because I am going to present the Kundalini Asana. Second one, beginners. Beginners means you are going through all kind of alignment and adjustment. If someone is doing Tadasana, Hastottanasana, Padhastasana, Trikonasana, what kind of asana? You are very strict about the alignment and adjustment. Later, after the seeker presenting, I will ask you what is alignment adjustment and what is the purpose of alignment adjustment. Enrica and Irma, you think about that. Okay, just think. I will definitely answer what is the purpose of alignment and adjustment. So it is the beginner. Beginner means completely aligned posture and adjusted posture. Then come to the intermediate. Intermediate means the person has to go through the proper posture with proper alignment and adjustment along with breathing. It means 50% importance to the posture and alignment adjustment, 50% has to give to the breathing. It is intermediate. And what is advanced? Listen, advanced is all about hold the posture and hold the breathing. When you are going to the Hastha Anasana, you are smooth going and complete stay there. Your posture is hold and your breath is hold. It can be inner retention, it can be outer retention. You are completely inner retention, outer retention. I told you in the Susumna, if you want to open, you have to hold your breath. So here you are holding the breath. And breathing, intermediate. Beginner and alignment adjustment. Now come to the seeker. Seeker is the ultimate Kundalini asana. When you hold your posture, when you hold your breath, now hold your posture means holding your body, hold your breath means holding your prana. Now where is your mind? Now give focus to the related chakra. All the, in Asana Pranayama, Bandha Mudra book, every asana is asking you to give focus in specific chakra, isn't it? So it means whenever you are giving focus, attention to the chakra by holding your breath, by holding your posture, so that you can give more attention, then your whole energy is moving towards the chakra. So Hatha Yoga is an indirect way to working your chakra so that you can awaken your chakra. Nothing else. That is all about. Then, only then, you can go body to beyond body. Otherwise, you will attach with your body. Your ego will be enhanced. Now tell me, what is the purpose of alignment and adjustment? If you feel, if you hesitate, don't bother about it. Okay, let me tell you. Alignment adjustment is only to allow your energy towards your chakra. You are correcting your posture. Why? So that your energy can move towards the chakra. That's all. Nothing else. All kind of alignment adjustment is only so that your, when you not do align, some nerve and some nadis are squeezed. That is what is that? That is Ajna Chakra, Jnana Mudra, that is Chin Mudra, that is your Hridaya Mudra. Why you are doing? Because if you do, then some nadis are opened, some nadis are squeezed. That is indirectly, passively directing your energy. Exactly. When you go back, when you do that, then if this posture is help to awaken your Swadhisthana chakra, if you do it in this way, little bit not correct way, then all your energy channel will not open towards your Swadhisthana chakra. So alignment adjustment is designed not only to aligned body is not aligned, body is nothing, all the thing is spine and your chakra. So alignment adjustment, indirectly, listen carefully. Indirectly, you are clearing the path by alignment adjustment. Then second step, in an intermediate step, you are using your breathing. Then in advanced step, you are holding your breath so that you are creating pressure. And in a seeker pose, last one, you are giving focus to the chakra so that your all energy will move towards the chakra. So this is the way you need to do if you want to go beyond your asana, beyond your body. Otherwise, you keep on doing whatever you do. You cannot free from your body. You will more attach your body. Okay, thank you very much Now it is your turn. Please ask question. Otherwise, don't bother about. You can ask tomorrow and today. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please.
This is a big aha for me. This is like, oh. It's the layers of the layers of, I had no awareness of any of this. And it's like, okay, whoa. It's a big aha.
Actually, I am sorry and I am really happy because things are so much. I cannot say. I can say that. Please go through the video again and again, collect questions and bring it. My friends and my support team always saying, you must talk only about the one topic. If you talking about the spine, that will be enough. Because if you going to the another way, then that can be more. I said it is a workshop. I want to give them a lot. And it is not only talking, it is recording. So they can listen again and again. So that's why I want to give everything about the Kundalini, so that after next 20 or 30 or 50 years, you must not any confusion about the Kundalini.
This just opened a very big door for me.
And please, ma'am, I know your age, you are seems very old, but still you try give importance and attention to your spine, so that next maybe 20 years, you can live a more healthy life the way you are.
Thank you.
And you have a great experience of your life. Now, whatever you say, someone has to listen. So just, I feel you give just 1 year very intensely to your life. Just observe properly, follow a simple rule regulation little bit. Then you are able to, I hope you are right now also able, but you will be more able to give the right suggestion to the whole humanity. Look, there is no other way. If you want to keep safe our whole humanity, then we have to give a lesson that give importance to your inner world. Everybody is keep on giving importance to the outer world, right? Maybe after 100 years or 500 years or 1000 years, the whole existence has to be destroyed. There is no other way. It can be safe and survive where we can give importance to our inner world. And at least we can try in our part.
And you know what, I really agree with you here, because, when people say, the world has to change, they're thinking about the leaders have to change, different politics. Not true. It will start with one person at a time. As the person goes right, the family will be more, we affect with our energy, everything around us, right? So this will grow like a wave. And I see pockets of these beautiful waves now coming about, right? Like even in my neighborhood, people are getting it. You got to be right yourself. You got to find that self-love. And you've given us such a good structure. I've never seen the 5 levels of yoga like this, never broken down like this, And I think this is fantastic to know, how to even the breath retention in a posture. Nobody's ever talked about that, really. We do have it separate, right? We have pranayama and then we do asana. And now when you combine it, this is crazy good. For me, this is also a great aha moment for sure. Yeah. So thank you so much. I mean, this
Finally,
will be
one thing I need to add. Look, I am not against the outer growth or whatever you are discovering through the outer world. But what we are doing, we are completely missing the inner world. We are lost in the outer world and we are creating a lot of suffering. What I want to do, we together can do. I say, okay, you do whatever you do. Just your base has to be more strong. And this is help you. So we can grow in outer level and inner level. And if we can give a pause in the outer level, whatever we have achieved till now, maybe we can give maybe 20 years, 10 years, we can give a pause and create an inner world as a foundation, then we can grow. So few people are working in the outer world, we can do in the inner world, then it can be a little bit, we can make a balance. So please do something and you start from you. So do always, whatever I am giving to you, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I am asking you. So keep on doing that. And last day, I will give you a schedule for the next 30, 40 days. And so that we can find the result.
Thank you.
So go through the video and then ask tomorrow. You can ask. And tomorrow, final day, I will give you some more better information. Then day after tomorrow, we'll go through the question answer completely once again, remind all the things. Might be I missed something. I will cover that.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.